Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
New tune,
What's
baby.
going on, guys? How we doing today, baby?
What's happening?
Hey,
Oh, welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Leap and Nash podcast. Another episode number 19 of another Sip and Smoke, baby. As you can see, the panda's feeling patriotic. This is all for my Americans out there, all my people out there that are weathering the storm that's coming. Our prayers are out to you guys. This hurricane ain't no joke. As you guys know, I'm in South Florida. We're going to get hit, but our prayers and our thoughts are with everyone that's going to be directly hit, especially in the Tampa Bay Area, Jacksonville, and stuff like that. You guys are definitely in our prayers, man.
Scary.
With that being said, guys, welcome to another episode. I'm one of your hosts, Panda. As always, I got my three compadres with me. On the bottom left, you got my boy Cigar Don.
What's going on, man? What's going on? Prayers also to the people that were in the path of Helene. I know they're still suffering up there. So, yeah.
Absolutely. On the top left, you got the big dog, PC Silverback. Yeah. Bam.
yeah, boy.
On the side yeah, okay, Flavor Flav. Now, on the top right, we used to call him JJ, aka the Cigar Mutt, but now he wants to be known as the Jefe. You know what I mean? Okay, JJ, you know what I mean? It ain't JJ no more, it's the Jefe, baby. What's going on, guys? How's everybody's Monday, man?
It's good.
Today was a good day, man.
It's blessed, right? As you guys know, like me and the missus, we got back from our trip we were actually about 40 minutes away from Jacksonville, where this we were in St. Augustine, my favorite spot. You guys know I absolutely love up there. I definitely want to share some stories. I'm gonna see if I can show you some pictures and stuff like that. We had some great food out there. Once again, guys, you know what I mean? This storm ain't no joke. It's a category 5 right now, 180 miles an hour winds, and it's going around 10 miles an hour, which isn't that fast. You know what I mean?
Read the warning and go.
Yeah. And mind you, those people above Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, those guys are still suffering. Hopefully they get things restored hopefully soon. Hopefully this doesn't affect them in any form or fashion. Well, guys, we got another episode that we got to talk about, and we got some big news, guys. At the end, we'll be sharing with you guys. We got some big things happening here at the Leaf and Nash podcast, and we definitely want to bring you guys along with us. We're going to share with you guys. So before we get started, as the show is called Sip and Smoke, let's find out what everybody's sipping on and what we're smoking. What you sipping and smoking on, PC?
Well, I got the La Roma de Cuba El Jefe, and I'm also sipping on some Crown Royal XO.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What about you, Jefe?
The Adventura, the Navigator, and some Elijah Craig small batch.
Okay, look at you. All right. And Don?
I am sipping on an old fashioned made here at the house. And I'm smoking one of my staples, one of my favorites.
Oh, boy.
Davidoff.
The Davidoff.
I don't even know what to say about that, man. I don't even know what to say about that anymore. Look at him. And I'm actually, there you go. Kick your feet.
When in doubt, pinky out.
Yeah, pinky out and everything.
I figure if you guys are gonna give me hell about it, I might as well just embrace it.
Might as well fit the part, right?
That's
I got
right.
you. I understand. I get you, big dog. Well, I too am having an old fashioned. I shared actually this is pretty much the leftover of what was left on my trip from Tampa. So that homemade. This here, guys, so good. And I am smoking the H. Upman 1844 Nicaraguan Heritage, assisted by AJ Fernandez himself, guys.
Yeah.
This cigar,
Nice.
I don't know why I enjoy this one better than the regular H. Upman Nicaraguan. This cigar, I don't know what it is, but I absolutely love this cigar. And as always, my favorite word, this is a
Phenomenal.
There you go.
I'm
Phenomenal.
gonna get that on a button.
I'm telling you, I know we'll get it. We'll get it. So I mean, listen, guys, we all been smoking now for a little bit, right? You know, um, you know, we talked about this earlier, and we didn't get a chance to bring it up in our last podcast in the last sip of smoke. So we're going to start off with this. You know, the first question of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, is what should a first-time smoker expect when he or she has his or her cigar? What says you, Don? What should a first-time smoker expect?
So for me, a first-time smoker, first of all, don't buy into any of the hype. Don't buy into any of the crud that's out there. Smoke what you like. If it gets you into this hobby and into this lifestyle, it's. I've met some of my best friends through this. So smoke what you like. If it's infused, it's infused. If it's a lighter smoke, it's a lighter smoke. If it's a Maduro, it's a Maduro. So for me, the first thing you should expect is you may not love the first one that you have, but it, as is any of the the vices, or I'll put a quotation marks around that we have. First time you drank a beer, you didn't like it either, and first time you drank a glass of whiskey, you probably didn't like it, and so it kind of is an acquired taste, and it's for me, I look forward to it now. So embrace the journey, embrace this isn't just a habit, a addiction, all that kind of stuff. With there's science to back all that up. This is a lifestyle, a journey, man. I'm so glad I got into it, and yeah. So I would say go into this with the thought that this is a journey.
And that's exactly it, right? Because most of the time, you're gonna be around a bunch of other people that either have smoked in the past, are frequent smokers, or they too are first time smokers. And the biggest issue is like, what do I smoke first? What should I smoke? So what about you on PC? What should a first time smoker what do you think they should expect when they smoke their first cigar?
Just expect to just be yourself. Don't try to outsmoke the people that you're around, and just smoke your smoke at your pace. Because a lot of us have a tendency to want to, especially if we're in a room full of guys, to pretend to act like we know what we're doing. Just people who smoke, they know that you don't know everything about it. Just be yourself. Don't change who you are just to fit in for your first time smoke. But if you enjoy it, express that, and learn what the etiquettes are that go along with that.
And I'll tell you, all of us guys in the cigar lounge that you may be intimidated by, we're just as full of ish as everybody else in that place.
Some more than others, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. There's always that one upper in the lounge. You smoke a Davidoff, I smoke two. You know what I mean? I had the limited special edition. They only had 3, and I got one of them, right? There's always that one person in the lounge, man.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Well, what about you, Jay? What do you think? Because you're probably the newest, out of all. What would you say? What advice or what would you tell someone that when they're about to smoke? And this is what you're gonna taste. This is what you're gonna feel, etc.
Yeah. Well, first thing I'm gonna tell them is no matter what you're smoking, try to eat something beforehand. Because I've made that mistake. Even now, I still do it. Then I'll get knocked right on my butt. Yeah, just be yourself. Like they said, smoke what you like, and try. If you're brand new, try focusing on cutting and lighting your cigars correctly, because that will affect your overall experience of that cigar.
I mean, and listen to me. You just hit one of the milestones that I wanted to talk about and bring up is to make sure that you've eaten before you try your first cigar, because it could be the most lightest cigar, but guess what? It'll mess your stomach up. You'll get nauseous. You'll get the dry heaves. You'll get the sweats. All because you weren't properly prepared for it. You know what I mean? And most cigars are gonna taste like earthiness. When I mean earthiness, it's gonna taste like dirt per se. You know what I mean? Because the reality is that you don't know, you're not at that point in your journey to start being able to distinguish notes and what this is, what the spice is, what that burn is. You know what I mean? So, to me, the first time I'm telling you, listen, eat first, tell me what you eating, and then we'll go from there. Right? I've always, I've shared this a million times, guys. And I've told you this in the past that I've gotten to debates with people in regards to that. You have some people they want to go sink or swim, and to me, I want you to build your palate slowly, and gradually go up from your Connecticut's, your Sumatras, your Sungrowns, whatever it is, and up to your Maduros. But to me, start with the short stick. Start off with the robusto, which to me is the first and foremost. Because you know what, like I said, if you don't like it, then you know what, you've only smoked a half of a normal size cigar, right? And at least you can say you've had one and you don't like it. But if you do enjoy it, right, obviously, then you want to be able to start distinguishing, the notes and educate yourself, right? You want to educate yourself. And I'll get to further details because that's going to be the follow-up questions. And you guys already kind of started bringing up some points of what I want to talk about next. But
I think too that don't like you said, don't focus on everybody's going to tell you, oh, I get leather, I get chocolate, I get this. Don't focus on that. You're not going to be able to pick that up for a while.
Just enjoy it.
Don't like Panda said, don't sink or swim. You're not going to smoke the 601 La Bamba as your first cigar. You'll end up puking out behind the shed there. And I'd say this: if you start smoking, give it 2 weeks. Give it 2 weeks. Try a couple cigars. If you don't like it after 2 weeks, then give it 2 more weeks.
Don't give up.
Don't be a quitter.
All right, don't be a quitter. I mean, listen, and we all know it's not for everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Certain things, and I kind of don't want to say what I want to say right now, only because it's going to go into the next question, and there's going to be some other notes that I'm sure you guys be able to piggyback on. But, to me, when I see a new cigar smoker, there's always that one stick that I recommend, and I've shared this before, and I don't know for whatever reason, I always recommend the Perdomo 10th anniversary champagne. It's a very mild cigar. You're gonna get creaminess. Mind you, you're not gonna know what I'm talking about, but it's not gonna overpower your palate to the point that you're gonna not like it. To me, that cigar is a good gateway to start your journey. It's always been for me. I gotta take this off, man. My head can't even breathe. Man. But so you know what I mean? So it's one of those things that, I want everyone to enjoy that first experience, right? I want everybody to be like, wow, this is pretty cool. You know what? I could do this again. And then you know what? You start venturing off. And then what you do is, after you smoke a couple of Connecticut's and you start liking it, you're not gonna know why you like it. You know what I mean? You're just gonna know that you enjoy it, right? And then what you do is you go to the next level up to see if you can tolerate that. I have a coworker that he started off, no lie. I started off with the Perdomos, he's like, I feel like I'm smoking air. I don't really taste nothing. I'm like, okay, that means your palate's already pretty much, starting to develop a lot faster than the norm. So try this, try the Sumatra. Then the Sungrown, try the Habano. You know what I mean? To me, like the Habano is a good way to see if you're ready for that dark Maduro, right?
Right.
Right. That Corollo, we all know that Corollo 99 or 98 is one of the strongest tobaccos out there. So you never know. You might like that straight Habano Maduro taste. Be like, this is what I like to know that when I'm smoking something, I'm smoking something. But forget about price point. Forget about name recognition. You know what I mean? Forget about that. You know what I mean? Because we spoke about this in the past that just because it's $30, like certain people are smoking, you know what I mean? $40 doesn't mean it's the greatest cigar. You know what I mean? But and we've all had $5 sticks, $6 sticks that are absolutely unbelievable. All right.
Backing up on
Well,
that,
I'll tell you just to give you
go ahead, PC.
Go ahead, PC.
but just to give you an idea, I started off with an acid. which was the Cuba Cuba. Then I graduated from that to a upsetter. Went from upsetter. Then I started going into the mild to medium, the mediums, the mild to medium sticks. And then I graduated to the Maduro over time. But I just luckily I had the right person to kind of walk me through the process on the first time. I came home with like five five extra cigars that I wasn't expecting to buy off of that one cigar, and
Mhm.
it became a lifestyle from that point, all in one day, all in one day. And then I fired another one up once I got home after 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
So, if you get the right people to walk you through the process, ask the right questions, don't be afraid. Um, and like I said, look for your niche where you think you need to be. You want something strong, mild. I suggest that you start something mild. You don't necessarily have to start with it, something sweet. Start mild and just work your way up, like you said, with a Connecticut or something.
Well, and Panda made a very valid point. Don't worry about the price point. Look, we all have fun with me being bougie and all that stuff. But my favorite cigar on the planet right now is $8.99. My 100% favorite cigar on this planet is $8.99.
And
So
which is
it's the West Tampa Red, baby.
Ooh.
I mean,
Mhm.
just I mean, so don't get hung up on that. On that. Oh, this is a Padron or Davidoff or a Perdomo or don't get hung up on that when you first start. Look, is it nice to have a quality, nice high end cigar every now and then? Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. You guys give me shit about it, but I love it. But don't get hung up on that because price doesn't mean better.
right. Absolutely. And the crazy part, what I've noticed that even with the high end cigars, right? Oh, these legend cigars, most of them aren't really spicy cigars.
Not at all.
You'll have some hint of spice, but nothing overpowering, overwhelming. Look at the Padrones. Even that 80th anniversary that I got you guys, doing up. It has some spice to it, but you get a lot of creamy velvetness. You get a lot of it's smooth. And which is what to me is what you expect in a high end cigar. You want to enjoy that relaxation and chill cigar.
This
Yeah,
is a
no,
This is
perfect. This is a
smooth.
perfect example. This is a perfect example. This is a Davidoff Nicaragua, which is if you get a Nicaragua cigar, like something that's named Nicaragua, it's usually a fairly bold, fairly spicy cigar, and this one is not at all. It's really creamy for a Habano wrapper, and I think this is an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, if I'm not mistaken, but it's relatively mild. It doesn't.
yeah.
That's all this is.
Well, that's the perfect way. After you start smoking, you need to start educating yourself, knowing that okay, if I want to move up to a different level, and you got to know that the rapper is going to be part of you. Reaching that peak to where you want to get that note or that pepper, that spice, or something out of it. So
All right, cool. So now
Yeah.
that oh Houdini, and he's back, just like that, disappeared like a fart in the wind.
Woo, woo.
he went to do a segment.
I know. All right, guys. So here's my second question to you guys: what should every cigar smoker know? What do you
Ooh,
think every cigar smoker should know? I wrote down 10 of the things that I think that are somewhat crucial. And I know I could write down a whole lot more, but I'll say let's start off with you, JJ. What do you think a cigar smoker should know?
Honestly, that even the color of the wrapper does not dictate strength. We've got some lighter cigars that'll knock you on your butt, and some darker cigars like, hey, that's not so bad. Um, I'll say it's not how you light your cigar; it's how you cut it.
Mm, mm.
To me, that I think that's
Why don't you elaborate on that? Because you guys know that I'm a big advocate of cutters as opposed to lighters. I'm a big spend your money on a good quality cutter than a lighter. So
yes.
like, elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, because you can light with I mean, I've lit Bix, matches, a torch lighter. I mean, just about anything under the sun. But I've also used a horrible cutter, and my cigar's unraveling. It's a horrible experience. So like even the cutter I use, this is only like $17. It's a perfect cut, which big fan of. It's a Vertigo Shark. It's a great cutter. It's inexpensive, but just don't cheap out too much on the cutter.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
that's
a
going to
big
really
advocate
throw you off.
of the perfect cut. You guys
Yes.
know that. I love perfect cuts, and especially this is good for the beginners.
Mhm.
Don't to me, if you want to get yourself an accessories, get yourself a perfect cut. Forget about the guillotines right now, because with the guillotines you got to be very precise with the cut. If you cut below the cap, you're gonna unravel the cigar.
Yeah.
I mean, at least with this, you have a stopper at the back end, and you'll never cut below that cap, and you will always have a perfect cut. Hence the name, right? And
Yep.
I've had this cutter for no lie. I lied to you. This is, believe it or not, this is one of the I mean, it's not even there no more, but this is one of the Jewish steak cutters that I received, and I've had this particular cutter for about 8 years now.
Damn.
Okay, and I have cutters in the same age, if not older, and they're pretty much all a perfect cut. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a big fan of V cuts, other than maybe on my torpedoes. But even with the torpedoes, you got to be careful with, because I know like the Zycar is a very good quality cutter, but to me, I think that the Zycar V cuts are very very deep. You know what I mean? And I don't care for a very super deep cut on my cigars. But with that being said, what about you on PC? What do you think every cigar smoker should know?
Um, when it comes to lighting your cigar, not to shoot that flame directly into your tobacco, because it could change the taste of your stick as a whole. And and you know, for experienced smokers, also know cigar etiquette when you go to the lounges. And I'm kind of big on that because there's some things I just don't want to entertain when I go to the lounge. And I don't mind everybody having a good time, but I don't want to talk religion and I don't want to talk politics because that's every day when I step out the door in so many ways.
That's also
So,
but that's
you know,
also a dividing factor, right? Because when you talk about those two topics,
right,
it divides.
It's
And
in.
this community is more about the camaraderie than it is separation. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
hmm
And we spoke about that, and we have all agreed. If you guys have noticed, we don't talk religion, we don't talk politics on our podcast. You know what I mean? Whatever our beliefs are our beliefs. Whatever your beliefs are yours. We respect it. It is. But to me, I just feel that it doesn't have any room or space in this realm. That's just my opinion. There are other people out there that do talk about it, which is fine. Listen, we said when we first started, prayers are going out to to those people out during this hurricane stuff there, and that's probably the
of
extent that
course.
you ever hear about it. You know what I mean? But I want to go back to the lighting of the cigar. What people don't understand is that, right? You see the blue on that lighter. That is the hottest point of this lighter. You don't ever want to be right on top of it because you're gonna burn your cigar. If you see,
hmm
I'm not gonna touch my cigar, but watch, I'm lighting. I'm not even near it. You see it? You see it lighting up? You know,
The heat of the
that's where
flame.
you want to be. That's exactly where you want to be. You don't want to be right on top of it because you're gonna burn it. And guess what's gonna happen?
hmm
It's gonna ruin the taste and the notes of that cigar if you go to that blue flame.
The
You know,
experience.
of course. I mean, listen, everyone has their own way of lighting a cigar. To me, that's always worked for me. Is, let's say this is the actual the front of the cigar, right? I have a tendency of lighting the rim first, right? I'll rotate the cigar, lighting the rim. Once I see that the entire rim, this outside band here is red, then I'll take it
hmm
away, I'll separate it, and then I'll start circulating my torch, and I start rotating my cigar,
Yeah,
and
and
you'll get a perfect lit. Look at it. I mean, as you can see, you know what I mean?
because at that point your wrapper is perfect. You're going to meld your wrapper to your binder, and ultimately it's going to burn perfectly around your filler.
Absolutely. I mean,
Right.
and we know why, right? Because we all know why things canoe, right? Most of the
Right.
time, canoeing, it's either most of the time is self inflicting.
I do it all the time
It's
because
yeah,
I get in a hurry.
right because you light one cigar, you don't rotate the cigar enough, and you just light one cigar, and then you just keep lighting. Then one side is burning. Or you have that the binder separates from the wrapper, or the filler, and one side, the cherry of that cigar is hot, so hot when you drawing it, you lighting up that amber, and it's only lighting up one side of the cigar, so you're gonna get the canoeing.
Mhm.
Another part is when you're smoking in the car. I
Right.
did that. I did that on my I think it was on my Spotify episode that I did that when you're smoking in your car, get into the habit of rotating your cigar as you're driving, especially with the windows
Right.
down. Every time you smoke, you take a puff, turn the cigar just very little, not a whole 180, but very little. From here to here. Then every time, because what you can see is the wind is going to catch that one side of that amber and burn it faster. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So, but there's a couple of other things. What about
And we,
you? What do you think, PC? What other stuff people should know? What do you think?
well, I mean, there's a lot of things. I just want to touch on this real quick. You also have to look at the relight of your cigar. If it goes out, you also want to just light the edges just a little bit,
Right?
so that you get a perfect relight. But I'm also looking at a lot of people don't, should know that, um, the aging the cigars are important. If you really want to, like me, I like plume on my cigars. So when I get them in, I don't necessarily smoke them right away. I sit them in the humidor. I let them age a little bit, see if the oil's going to come out. I don't take the cellophane off of them, and I try to see if they're going to give me exactly what I'm looking to get out of them.
Well,
So
I mean,
I think people need to know how to age their own cigars.
and that's a valid point in regards to relighting a cigar. So, what I've always told people, if you put your cigar down, you walk away, and you need to
Hmm.
relight it, the first thing that you have to do is dump the ash.
Hmm.
You have to dump the ash because and mind you, I've seen this with veterans. I'm like, dude, dump the ash. You trying to relight dead ash, dead leaf. It's done.
Uh-huh.
Tap it, and then another thing is when you light it up, take a puff in to get the smoke going and blow right into the cigar to get all that bitterness out of it. So if
Hmm.
I'm lighting the cigar, I'm blowing into the cigar, and this could be that your cigar's been out for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. Even the next day. Listen, my best friend, he likes, he'll smoke a cigar that he had the next day, and I'm telling him, blow into the cigar, get all that bitterness as much as you can out of it, because you remember, as you're inhaling, as you taking your puff and your drag, you're bringing in that smoke, and it's gonna change the notes of that cigar. You
Right.
know. But anyway, I digress. Go ahead, Don. What about you? What do you think?
So
What someone should know?
so one of the big ones for me, and PC just hit on it, is know your lounge etiquette. You know your people that are in the lounge normally, most of the time, are passionate cigar smokers.
Hmm.
They're passionate about the life cycle of the cigar, the learning about, so be considerate of that, and read the room too. Like, every lounge is not the same. Panda's lounge is a lot different than my lounge. You know, just read the room and kind of know what you're getting into. And the other thing is, and it's almost the same advice as I had for a new smoker, is, man, smoke what the hell you like. Don't worry about everybody else. Smoke what you like. If Fat Bottom Betty's what you like, smoke it. If Padron's what you like, smoke it, man. We're all there to have a pleasant experience, to meet like-minded people, and whether you're at home or at the lounge or whatever, just enjoy this, man. This is we are so fortunate to be able to this. Look, this is not a cheap lifestyle. Nobody. So
No.
we're
No.
fortunate to be able to do this. So enjoy it, man. This isn't,
Yeah.
you know I always say it's not rocket surgery. You know?
Yeah. No, right. Listen, not everyone can smoke opuses on a podcast or Davidoff Masters and Nicaraguans. You know what I mean? But still, enjoy the. It's all about the. Come on. It's all about. Come on.
It's all about the experience.
Thank you. Thank you. Where's the button, JJ? Where's the button? Come
Is it not
on.
coming through?
No.
Not tonight. Yeah,
It's all right, though. We got it live. We got it live. You know, all right.
it's all about the experience, guys.
There you go. So there's a couple of things that I wrote down, right? To me, especially if you, to me, if this is no longer a hobby and a lifestyle, you know what? Take the time to educate yourself. Look at the history. What does it take to make a cigar? Because you guys know I don't ever say there's a cheap cigar. What do I always say? It's a what?
Inexpensive.
Inexpensive
Yeah.
cigar. And why is that? Because we know, right? Because we've done our homework, we've done our research that it takes 200, 300 hands to make this cigar. I don't care if this cigar costs you $2.50. It took somebody, right, to pluck it, ferment it, roll it, patch it up, seal it, and send it to us. You know what? So to me, I don't like the word cheap. I like the word inexpensive. Because you know what? Somebody had to make that cigar for you to enjoy it for one reason or another. I mean, to me, you gotta respect the craft behind it, right? So we know that there's at least 200 to 300 hands that go through every cigar that you make, and this is what makes cigars so different from cigarette smoking, right? Because as we all
Right.
know, it's all natural, right? There's no added chemicals per se, like there is in cigarettes, and we don't inhale, right? Because that's another thing that and that's another thing I wanted to bring up during the first time smokers don't inhale the cigar, especially if you're a cigar smoker. You know what I mean? Because that's a real quick way to ruin the experience.
Yeah,
Real,
you'll be screaming at the yaks.
yeah, no kidding. And you guys spoke about the etiquette. You know what I mean? And this is another thing that I wanted to bring up, but it kind of binded both questions with first time smokers and what every cigar smoker should know. In regards to when you're done with the cigar, right? It's not a cigarette. You don't crush it. You know, just let it sit,
Right.
walk away. You know what I mean? Because guess what? Nobody's gonna say anything to you because that's what everyone expects you to do. So leave your cigar there and let it rest until it burns out. You know. Um, let's see. What else? I mentioned that how all cigars are natural. You know what I mean? Know your history. You know what I mean? And mind you, there's a fermentation process, right? Because that's so important. The aging, people don't understand how important aging tobacco is, right? Because we kind of got a brief synopsis when we did the J.C. Newman, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
To those
Mhm.
bundle yard guards like JJ likes to call them, right? Most of the cigars are pretty much scraps, leftovers, whatever, or even the ones that they pluck but they don't let age. They roll them right then and there and they ship them. And as we all know, those cigars are nowhere. And mind you, they're the same tobacco that they age for 3, 4, 5, 7, 10 years, and it changes the entire flavor and notes of that cigar. Same tobacco, but the difference. But mind you, everyone knows, and going back to our interview with Mr. Garofalo, right? We all know that the importance of bundling, right? Because bundle cigars, I know for a fact that in my shop they sell bundles galore. These so-called because that's your average blue collar worker, your mechanics, your lawn men, your freaking masons, the guys that are in GC doing grass work, doing whatever. You know what I mean? And use
Mhm.
here I go again. Use.
Use.
Oh my God!
Oh,
These
these guys.
use. I mean, you guys know. You know what I'm saying? So the aging process, and once again, to me, if you're gonna take this to the next level, you know what? Do your homework. Give it the respect that it deserves. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, it's not a hobby; it's a lifestyle. And to me, I started taking this serious. Probably about 15 years ago. Seriously, started doing my homework and stuff because I wanted to know what everybody was talking about. You know what I mean? You know, and how about this? To me, every aficionado or connoisseur, whatever, should know what the anatomy of a cigar, right? The binder, the filler, the wrapper. You know what I mean? The difference is
Right.
what's the importance of it, right?
First third, second third,
Hello,
third.
right?
Yeah.
Going back to Mr. Espinoza when he was in our podcast, he showed it yeah, using dollar bills, but he showed us that Saint Tobacco put in certain in different perspective, different ways. You can make up to 40 different cigars.
Right.
You
Right.
get what I'm saying? To know the anatomy, right? To have the consistency of that one particular cigar, you know. So there's another one. I mean, listen, you guys
Well,
brought in.
before you move on from that, think about the cigar that you like. For me, it's the West Tampa. Every time I smoke that cigar, it's the same, has the same great flavor. That means somebody is taking the dedication to make sure the leaves are in the exact right place every single time.
Right.
So
And the same amount.
know the labor of love that they're going through to make that happen for you.
Yes.
You know,
A
Absolutely.
lot of blood, sweat, and tears that go from seed to ash.
Absolutely. You know, and you guys brought this up earlier, you know, smoke slow.
Hmm.
And listen, yeah, Don has a big issue smoking slow. He's like a freaking chimney, you know. I mean, he'll be on his second cigar. I'm still babysitting my first one, you know. But you know, enjoy that experience, right? Yeah. You know, enjoy it. You know what I mean? Because you know what, you want to be able to say, you know what, I really like the hell out of that. I can't wait to do it again. You know what I mean? You
Right.
really want to do that correctly. You know,
Right.
um, and guess what? Choosing your cigar.
Yeah. Yeah.
We spoke about it. What are the main factors of what cigar you're gonna smoke? What would you guys say? What would you say, JJ?
Well, for me, I shot by band
Okay.
a lot of the time. Um, but now that I've smoked an Adventure, this is my first time I've ever smoked it. I'm going to navigate their portfolio quite extensively.
Yeah.
Um, uh,
I got that, JJ. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got that.
it's
The navigator got it. Yeah.
yeah. The I go by wrapper a lot.
Okay.
You know, I'm more of I smoke more Maduro than anything. You know, because I like the kick and the taste buds I get from it. Although I woke up very early the other morning and I smoked that Connecticut chonk with a cup of coffee, which is a new experience to me because I'm not a big coffee drinker.
Right.
But
Bam.
baby girl,
Ha.
yeah, I shot by band, but I keep an eye on the wrapper because I like to smoke a lot of the Maduros more than anything.
How about you, Don?
So a lot of mine is by word of mouth. If you guys say, "Hey, man, this," I know who my friends whose palate's kind of similar to mine. So if they say, "Man, this is a banger, you got to try this one," I'm gonna go try it. But void of any of that, I'm a rapper kind of shopper. A band as well. If there's a cool band that I want to, I'll give it a shot. But mostly rapper, and just get to know what you like, man. I mean, I've heard people say before, a cigar is a cigar is a cigar, and it's just not. It's just not. I mean, there's certain cigars that you taste and you go, "Wow, that was bitter," and there's certain cigars you taste, go, "How have I never had that before?" That's amazing.
Mhm.
So, so for me, mostly it's the wrapper because I'm like JJ. I like the darker wrappers more. Except for the couple, like the chonk. We've talked about that. Every day is a cigar day chonk. The Connecticut's not a Connecticut. It's a fuller. It's not a full body, but it's fuller. It's a fuller body than most Connecticut's you're going to smoke.
Right. Yeah.
And going back, be honest with you, the cigar that you recommend to new smokers, the one that got me started was the Leaf by Oscar Connecticut. Another mild cigar with a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
How about you, PC?
Well, I look at the wrapper itself. I'm a mild to a medium guy, to be honest with you. I like a little pepper in mine from time to time, but I really love creamy cigars. But I also look at what time of day I'm smoking. See, a lot of times I'm smoking like 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. So do I really want to tabernacle at 7 o'clock in the morning? So I might start off with something like a Connecticut, work my way up to something mild to medium, or like the other morning, like Don said, I got a leaf by Oscar, and that was the best smoke of the day. Tasting the cinnamon that's in that stick, and and that's how I choose my sticks, how and when to smoke, how to smoke, what time of day, that I want to stick. I'm not going to smoke the La Bamba at 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah, or like at 10 o'clock at night, like certain people.
Yeah, but weren't there a certain? There was a series.
Why do I take all the shrapnel here? Come on.
You know what? You glutton for punishment, man.
Hey, before we change subject, the other thing I want to say is, once you're comfortable, learn to retrohale.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
You get so much more flavor out of a cigar if you learn to retrohale. Now, look, your first cigar, you probably don't want to. I mean, you could try it, but you're probably going to burn. It's probably going to burn in your nose and all that. But once you're comfortable with the cigar smoking, learn to retrohale, because it really does enhance the flavor of a cigar.
And depending on the cigar, you need to learn the ratio of what to blow out first retrohaling, because it'll blow your brains out.
Hey, listen, the missus learned that this over the weekend. Okay, and I gave her one of those Naughty Hook by Island Jim, and she was like, "Oh, it's a really good cigar, but I really don't." I said, "You know what? Let go some of the smoke out and retrohale." She did. Oh my! She was starting to tear up, but she was like, "Oh wow, what a difference!" Mm-hmm. Right? So I'm gonna put on this hat right here. All right. So y'all know about me and my Maduros. I love the cigar that punches you in the mouth, and this is definitely one of them. All right.
Yes, sir.
So when I'm choosing a cigar, I mean, for the most part, I'm a Maduro guy all the way. I really am. I like that spice. I love that punch in the mouth. I love the pepper, the dark, the dark cocoa, the bitterness. I like, to me, the banner, the bands obviously is what is going to attract my attention and pique my interest, because there's some nice bands, but if I look at the cigar and it's not constructed properly, if I see too many veins, it's not going to pique my interest, Or and I'm gonna be very honest, the price point, because you know what? If I've never heard of the cigar and they're asking $14, $15, am I gonna take that gamble?
Probably not.
Probably not. Don learned that the other day, but not too long ago when we went to Tampa. But when we went to Texas at CI, Don, right? You spent what, $20 on the cigar? We won't mention what company it was.
It was awful.
But it was awful, right? And you just spent $20 on it. There ain't nothing worse than you spend $20 on a cigar that you know the company, you kind of hoping that the reputation follows suit, and they don't. And then you gotta go, okay, I gotta fight through this because I just spent $20 on the cigar.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But to me also, and PC, you hit the nail on the head, right? What time of day is it, right? Lately for me, I know in the morning when I'm having my cup of coffee, lately I've been smoking Connecticut's because it's a good way to start my day. Before I would start my day, with a cup of coffee and a Maduro. But to me, starting my day with a nice mild cigar, to me, it is honestly a good way to start. It really is, But not only that, depending on the day, and guess what? What's the most important thing, right? What did I just finish eating? Right? Because guess what? If I just had hot wings, I'm definitely not smoking this.
Oh, hell no.
Definitely not smoking this. I'm definitely not gonna smoke that 601 bomba, because you know what, my palate what's gonna end up happening. I'm gonna blow my palate out for that day. I really am, and anything that I smoke afterwards, it's not gonna be the same. It's just gonna destroy my palate. So if I have hot wings, I kind of go for a medium body cigar. You know what I mean? If I have something spicy, like I said, I not have, now mind, don't get me wrong. Have I smoked after I've had hot wings and smoked something spicy? Of course, because I'm kind of that way. But It is what it is. But you know what? Like I said, I really enjoy that punch in the mouth. I enjoy that spice. I love that black pepper, that red pepper. I just there's just something about, especially on that third the back in the third of it. To me, that's when you get the full body of everything, right? And that's pretty much at any stick. Even on a mild cigar, you'll get some heat on the back end. That I actually enjoy. What I don't enjoy is that the cigar, first third, second third is good, but when you start to get it becomes bitter on you.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
That kind of ruins the moment, or it gets tar. You know what I mean? You ever had that liquid tar that you touch it's all tar? What I've done in the past that's worked with the tar, I just get a toothpick, right? Because it's wood, right? You get a wood toothpick, you stick it in there, and let the wood absorb all the tar as much as you can. You know, and mind you, is you gonna get rid of all the tar? No, you're gonna get that tart, that nastiness. Depending on what cigar it is, you might want to say, "The hell with it, I'm gonna push through it." You know,
Oh yeah. And
but yeah,
back on the retro hell, just because you can retro hell here and on this third, on some cigars, you're not retro hell on this third, the final
no,
third.
no,
You might as well go get maced because it's going to feel the same.
you're right. You're absolutely right, man. And listen, and your boy Panda knows what it feels to be maced,
Oh
maced,
yeah.
and mace foam. Ooh, that's the worst, man. And let me tell you, but so that, and I have one more. I have one more that to me seems to be a myth nowadays, especially that Cuban cigars are the best cigars out there.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you come up to me and tell me that, oh, the Cuban cigars are the best in the world, that tells me, for me, the first thing that comes to mind is like, you haven't been smoking cigars very long.
No.
There was a point in time, guys, that Cuban cigars were the best. You know, and there's some argument out there that all Cuban cigars are the same and stuff like that. But I kind of dispute that. I kind of beg to differ on that one. You know what I mean? Um, Now, do I think most of Cuban cigars taste the same? I do, but you can't tell me that a Bahiki tastes the same as a Monte Cristo number two, right?
No.
To me, you can't. Or the Monte Cristo number two versus the Monte Cristo number five. You know, but Cuban cigars, guys, it was the biggest hype because, especially now that once again that you can't have them, etc. But that was the hype, right? Because you couldn't get them. That's why everybody wanted them, and
Mhm.
that's why people, wanted to just say they are the best, and they're not. I mean, the reality right now, the number one region, in my opinion, is Nicaragua. You know,
Right.
and don't get me wrong. In one form or another, there is some form of Cuban seed,
Hmm.
or you know what I mean, or relative to that seed that's developed into the seeds and the foundation of whatever's out there, whether it's Nicaraguan, Honduras, Dominican, you know what I mean. It
Right.
all came from one place, you know what I mean. Let's not get that twisted, you know what I'm saying. But you know, I've gotten into some debates with some people in regards to Cuban cigars, and I enjoy them. Don't get me wrong, but they're not the best. You know what I mean? They're not the best cigars out there. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? And especially right now, how Nicaraguan. Listen. Um, look at what AJ Fernandez is doing with his fields, right? And this man is going to Nicaragua, and this man is gobbling up acres upon acres. And you have so many people that are having him roll for him because they know that his
Hmm.
tobacco is the ish.
Hmm.
Okay, I mean, it is what it is, and these guys have no shame saying, "Yeah, I have AJ roll for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got no problem, AJ. Yeah, I'm using AJ tobacco. Who cares, right? At the end of the day, who really cares, But you can't come up to me and tell me that a Cuban cigar is the best thing. I'm sorry, you just can't.
No.
Nah, but uh,
But
on no,
we know that, like you say, with the Nicaraguans, the Dominicans, and the Hondurans, it's all about how you you raise the tobacco. You know what I mean? How you ferment it, and that's gonna be something that can compete with the Cubans. But like you said, the Cubans are not necessarily the best. They're just the ones that you couldn't get at one time. That's the reason why people, claim it as the best.
Yeah. But listen, here's food for thought. What a lot of people don't understand is that you can have 5 different companies. Let's just use AJ Fernandez's field, right? Let's
Hmm.
say lot 123, right? Let's say just use that number as a thing. And he sells to Espinoza, Padron. Mind you, these guys, I get it. Padron, but not Padron, Perdomo. I know Perdomo has his own fields and stuff like that. But guess what? AJ gives them the tobacco. Right? It's all the same tobacco. They always start the same way. It's the way each and individual, each company foments and ages and whatever tweaks they do that changes that tobacco. It's the same freaking tobacco from the same field, from the same lot. So it's all how they choose to foment it, how they choose to process it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand that. You know what I mean? So, but that's
Yeah.
part of the education of it.
Air cured, there's fire cured, there's, I mean,
Mm.
they ferment in so many different ways, and that's going to give each leaf a different characteristic.
Well,
Or where it stacks up in that polone, that's going to change.
But Espinosa shit, son. What are some of these guys doing to process it faster? Using charcoal
Yeah.
Hmm.
to dry up the leaves a little faster, right?
Yep.
To get it processed faster. Listen, guys. If you guys haven't seen that episode with Eric Espinosa, I recommend that you guys go back and check it out. It was very informative. Forgive the in and outs with Eric. They're going through he was going through the kind of the
Hurricane.
technical difficulties because of his Wi-Fi, stuff like that, because of the connection. But go back and check out that episode because he gives us a lot of information, a lot of information. But with that being said, JJ, you got that bougie segment.
Oh, baby. Here
Oh,
we
guys, we
go.
got a special treat for you. Let it roll, baby.
Oh, hello there. Welcome to another episode of Getting Bougie with Don. Today I'm smoking the Porchetta, which is a unique blend that was made for Casa de Monte Cristo in the Liga Privada line. Today I'm not really going to talk about the cigar though. What I want to talk about is friendship and camaraderie in the cigar industry. I think most of us smoke cigars for the camaraderie and the fact that it brings friends together. It brings us, this fellowship that we may not get in our lives in other areas. So for me, one of my really good friends and my fellow compadres here on our Leaf and Ash podcast, one of my friends joined us this weekend for a long weekend here in Texas. He flew all the way from South Florida, and that meant the world to me, just to hang out, go to a couple of lounges, enjoy some really, really good cigars, and just enjoy the fellowship. We also joined some of our other friends for a long weekend. We went to Cigar International. We went to one of our other friends' house and just enjoyed the weekend together. And I just think it's really important for us to have these friends that get together, and I think that's what the cigar does for us. Here at the Leaf and Ash podcast and Bonded by the Leaf, we're really interested in bringing people together in all walks of life to just enjoy the cigar and really, really to enjoy each other. So I hope that you have a really good cigar this weekend. I hope that you have really good friends. I hope that you go to your lounge and chop it up with whoever it is that you enjoy being with. And stay smoky, my friends.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Words to live
Love
by.
it. Listen.
Love it.
Listen, I
It was so touching.
I wasn't gonna have a drink, man, but I had enough time to But anyway, so this is so good. This is so good.
You don't
Guys.
have to torture us. We know how good it is.
Oh man.
Oh,
Guys,
yeah.
I gotta say, as much grief as I take for all that, those little segments are so fun to do. I laugh
love
the
them.
entire time. The entire time I'm doing, I got to do 3 or 4 takes because I start laughing. I just love it, man. And I hope all of us get the chance to do something that what's in
Oh,
our
yeah.
characteristic as a little segment because I'll be sitting there at work. End of the day is coming. I'm like, ooh, I got to put on my shirt and tie and do one of my segments because just because it just makes me laugh, man.
I love how
just
you're
good
like,
times.
this is the cigar, and I'm not going to talk about this cigar. I love that.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, that was such a great freaking stick, the
Oh,
Porchetta.
oh my
That
god,
stick is sick.
that thing was amazing.
And the crazy part, you can't find that cigar everywhere.
Only at Casa de Monte Cristo. It's made exclusively for them. And the problem is when I'm making this, I usually have just lit up the cigar, so I don't have a whole lot of time to talk about I'm trying to keep them to around a minute, that kind of thing. So I don't have a whole lot of time to talk about the cigar and whatever the subject I want to talk about, and it's whatever comes to this feeble pile of mash that's in my head,
I think you're doing a great job.
I love it.
I love it.
But listen, man, you know what? It's all about having fun with this, right? It really is. We are doing it for the passion because we enjoy hanging out with each other, and we've kind of built a family, right? This kind of us. You know what I mean? I don't know about you guys, but I look forward to it. I look forward to talking to you guys, kind of tell you guys about my day, etc. You know what I mean? Especially when I'm having a rough day, I could chop it up with you guys, vent to you guys, and just be able to just be me. And you guys know I could be a little quirky, I could be a little crazy sometimes. I have my moments. What the heck is that?
Well, it happens all because of the stick, man. That's what it does. It brings us together to be able to enjoy ourselves, and we happen to be a great mix together and stuff like that. We understand each other. We're compassionate. We have empathy for each other, and we have patience with each other, even on our good days and bad days.
PC, exactly what you just said. And if we go back to that first question you asked us, what does a new cigar smoker need to know? This right here is what can come from, whether you like that first cigar or not.
Just don't. Yeah.
No two people are the same, but we're all the same. We're all, we're all made of these cells that that one day we're going to be dust in the wind. And while we're here on this planet and enjoying these cigars, and we enjoy each other, and this is just fun, man. This is fun, man. This is we laugh more in the couple hours we spend at night. Whether we're busting each other's balls or whether we're talking about something serious. We just have fun, and what you see on this podcast is what we do every night, just about. Just kind of just have fun.
And we all love JJ's one-liners.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You got to start a segment with that.
And I just got to figure out, what rating do I need to keep it at? 13, TVMA, because I got some ones that'll make you blush.
Hey, I say jump off the cliff without a rope.
Listen, man.
You guys don't understand some of the one-liners this dude has, man.
Man, listen. We got some good news, right, coming up. So it comes up to what's happening this coming Thursday.
Yes, sir.
And you know what? I gotta give credit where credit's due, and I gotta give our boy JJ kudos because you know what? Let me tell you something, guys. This man, you have no idea. And listen, when I say he's the wizard behind the curtain, he is truly the wizard behind the curtain. So JJ, I'm gonna allow you to share what you got coming up this coming Thursday and what we're working on.
Well, Mr. Matt Booth of Room 101 will be in this center square Thursday.
Thursday the 10th, because today's Monday.
At 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And you want to talk about the other? Is it time?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet, but we can talk about the one I brought up that I got coming on.
Ooh.
So So on the what did I say? The 17th.
17th.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So guys,
Oh.
also on the 17th, we have no other than Mr. Nick Perdomo.
Oh my God.
Okay, Nick Perdomo will be on the 17th at 8 Eastern, 7 Central with us. If you guys like Perdomo, you guys like Room 101, Matt Booth. If you guys know anything about Mr. Booth, that man, he's a wild man. You know what I mean? The guy is a character. We're looking forward to chopping it up with him this coming Thursday. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I mean his cigars. I enjoy the payback, the Johnny Tobacco Knot. You know, you guys got a couple of sticks that you guys enjoy, and
Oh, yeah.
you know what, guys? Let me tell you something. If you guys like what you see, once again, there's anyone that you guys want us to talk to, let us know. We'll sick JJ after them. You know what I mean? No, that's it. We'll sick the
Hold
dog.
up.
That's it. That's it.
Hold it, boy. Hold it, boy. Hold it.
I'm telling you, no, cut that leash, man. Cut that leash.
The worst they can say is no.
That's it.
That's it.
We have another big one from our lips to God's ears come in November. We got a big one that we've been looking for. I first started trying to reach out to them, and there's been some kind of busy schedule, but JJ was able to find a way. I don't want to let that cat out the hat just yet until we confirm it.
Yes.
But like I said, this Thursday we got Matt Booth, which is the 10th. On the 17th, we got Mr. Nick Perdomo. Obviously, Perdomo coming on. If you guys like what you see, guys, honestly, guys, please share it. Subscribe. It's
I'm
free.
sure we'll slip in a sip and smoke in between there somewhere.
Absolutely.
I love doing these.
Absolutely. With that being said, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor.
Ooh, baby.
So watch this beautiful bean footage. What's going on, guys? This is your boy Panda, and your boy Panda has some great news. We have teamed up with Burn One Cigar Bar, located at 7328 Royal Palm Boulevard in Margate, Florida. Guys, Burn One Cigar Bar is your go-to destination for the finest selections of premium cigars at unbeatable prices. Step into a world of luxury and relaxation as you indulge in the smooth flavors and exquisite aromas of our carefully curated cigars collection. But that's not all. Burn One Cigar Bar has teamed up with us for an exclusive sponsorship opportunity just for you. When you call Burn One and purchase any box of cigars, you unlock a fantastic discount of 20% of your order using special discount code PANDA. You can contact Burn One at 954-970-0001 or on their social media pages, Facebook and or Instagram. Guys, don't miss this chance to elevate your cigar experience without breaking the bank. Visit Burn One Cigar Bar today, mention discount code PANDA, and treat yourself to premium cigars at incredible value. Hurry up, this offer won't last. Burn One Cigar Bar, where luxury meets affordability. And they ship nationwide. Peace. Peace.
Hey, Panda, I got a question. I got a question for you. That doesn't include like the Padrones and everything, right? No way.
Padrones and soon to come opuses.
Oh,
That's unheard of.
You're not going to get that anywhere else. I'm telling you right now, you're not.
Listen, no one gives Padron discounts. No one gives opuses discounts, but that gives you 20% off, guys, of each and every box that you purchase. Like I said, just mention discount code PANDA, and they will definitely hook you guys up. They're waiting for the order for Opus. So right now, they don't have any Opuses, but they do have Placencias. They have pretty much every line you can think of. They have, but yeah, BC, you guys what I'm saying?
no, I was going to tell JJ to mention our other sponsor that he has there in Oklahoma.
Absolutely.
Oh, El Guapo's Cigar and Pipe Lounge in Joplin, Missouri. The owner, his name's Alex, and he's a damn good guy. We're still trying to hash out some particulars, but the fact that he even let me use his logo and use his name was, he obviously trusts me that I'm not going to tarnish his name. And I'm not. But it's a great place. If you ever find yourself in Southwest Missouri, it's a beautiful lounge. It's made out of an old Victorian home, and he's expanding his humidor, and it's just a great place to be.
Nice.
Amen.
Guys. Well, there goes another episode. This is episode 19?
19.
19, guys. And listen, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, once we get to 500 subscribers, we are gonna give our first giveaway. You know, and it's gonna be to the top 3. There's gonna be some obligations per se, some responsibilities. You're gonna have to probably share something. You know, meaning we're gonna post something, share it. You know, make sure you share it. Have somebody else join, etc. But we'll figure out the details. We'll get all the particulars down the road. But I tell you, I got some good. We got some good swag that we're gonna give away. So hopefully we could get to that 500. You know what I mean? Like I said, we got Matt Booth, we got Nick Perdomo, we got someone other than them two hopefully in November, and we got some good things coming our way, guys. We got some good things. We can't share it right now because until it's etched in stone, we don't want to give it away. But guys, once again, we appreciate your support, your love. JJ, tell them where they can find the Leaf and Ash podcast, baby.
YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Amazon Music, and did I say Spotify?
Yep.
Spotify.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
PC, where can they find you?
They can find me on Facebook at P Caldwell or Paul Caldwell. They can find me at on TikTok at PC Silverback 2023. They can find me on Instagram at PC 23 and on X as PC.
Donnie boy.
So I'm on TikTok and YouTube as the Cigar Don, X and Instagram as Flyers Don, after my beloved Flyers from Philadelphia. Makes Panda make a face every time. And then on Facebook as my name, Don Sweeney.
How about them Cowboys?
Really? You really want to bring up the Cowboys right now? Really?
I stayed up.
Are you
midnight to
serious?
watch that.
No, I was caught. I was clearing my throat, man.
Yeah.
Let me clear my throat.
You know, there for a minute, I thought them receivers changed. They changed colors because he was throwing it to everybody, baby.
Guys, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, X, Spotify, all under Cigar Panda or Cigar Panda _75. Once again, guys, we appreciate the love that you guys are giving us. If you like what you see, if you want us to talk about something, let us know. Reach out to each and every one of us. It doesn't matter who it is. We'll do it. Once again, guys, catch you guys on the next one. What's my saying at the end? Peace.